Good afternoon. This is going to be the weekly Scorpio reading. I have gotten a better internet connection, and so I'm able to do more videos as long as my energy allows, because I have just been completely wiped out. Completely. I have really been working on my ascension. That has been like, I've just been almost obsessed with it. Just because as soon as you start achieving enlightenment and you start awakening to the universe and the secrets of the universe, you just want more and more. It's very addictive. And so, I take in a lot of spiritual downloads of information, which I try and share in my videos. I was writing in my blog, but I haven't been writing nearly as much in my blog as I used to, as I'm making videos more and more. Because my journey, my spiritual journey has gotten to be more inward. I don't really talk about it like I used to. And then I've gotten to be so antisocial, just really introverted as a result of, my vibrations being higher. And it's really hard to even resonate with people anymore. Lower energies bother me. So with that being said, I've just been completely wiped out. The fact that this is my third video today, I'm doing real good. And I am a Scorpio too. I was sitting in the chair a minute ago and I was like, you know what, I need to go ahead and do the Scorpio video because I want to hear the messages too. So Scorpios, this is the beginning of like my readings, because I always start with Scorpio and then I do Sagittarius next, because Sagittarius, my divine partner is a Sagittarius. So there is some rhyme or reason as to why I do these readings the way that I do. But with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and get started. We have the Wind card, Mother Creativity. And basically the energy that I'm getting with this, and understand I've been getting lots of clarity lately, lots of downloads. And what I have learned about manifestation is that it's all about your belief system. It's all about what you believe to be true. And so what I tell people all the time, and if you don't resonate with anything else in this video, resonate with the fact that you need to make yourself a mental list. I mean, you can write it down if you want to and use it as affirmations. But make yourself a list of things that you know to be true. Because the things that you know to be true and you believe to be true, guess what? They are. That is how this works. And so it's all about knowing. So in order to impress upon your subconscious what you know, write it down or make a mental list of it and tell yourself these things every day. Start with things like, I am love. I am lovable. I don't have to earn affection from anybody. If you have a romantic partner, tell yourself that this person, they want me as much as I want them. Now, understand, you need to make sure that you're not in a toxic relationship. And I'm laughing because I've been there. And if you were in a toxic situation, not to be confused with a twin flame connection. If you're on a twin flame journey, that's altogether different, because I realize it can look like it's toxic. It can look like you're dealing with a narcissist, but you're not. So if you have not checked out my twin flame videos, do check them out. So this is not about twin flames. This is if you are in a real toxic relationship, understand it's not going to work out anyway. That person is there for a reason. They're there for a season, and they're for a reason. They're there to teach you. They're a lesson. They're a karmic soulmate, come in to mostly help you to see different patterns you're stuck in. And usually karmic partners come in to settle some type of karma that you created in another relationship. They will. Have you ever left somebody, or just done? We all have done it. Like broken up with somebody. Something left somebody for somebody else, broken somebody's heart. You know, just left them in a million pieces and left for someone else, and then that next person that you're with just takes you through hell. That is a karmic partner, because that needed settled. Which is why it's always good to take some time off in between relationships, so you don't end up, you know, with that type of connection. You can really work on yourself, and you can, if you have made any type of karma, you can kind of get out ahead of it. So with the creativity, you need to focus on the list of things that you know to be true. Use them as affirmations, and this is how you will create in your life. And if it's something that you don't have yet, tell yourself you do. You believe it is coming. You know it. Say it's done. And every day include that in things that you know to be true. We have the new moon and the promise. And at first I was going to say, you know, this is some type of promise that you make to yourself, but I saw this couple here. So I do feel like this has to do with love. Let me get a clarifier real quick. Usually I don't do that. I'm going to start using my laptop for readings, but I feel like I look fat. Most of the time I'm sitting here doing readings, I'm not even dressed anyway. Oh my God, I'd have to do my hair. I'd have to get dressed. And that's just a lot. Y'all want me to make videos, don't you? If I have to do all that, it might not get done. Reflection. Give each other some space at the moment. Trust and have faith that all will work out for the best. So I do believe that this has to do with that creativity. Remember I said people are a perfect mirror. They show you exactly what it is you need to work on. So it's like they hold up that mirror to you. And so if you are in a connection with somebody, first of all, start telling yourself these affirmations to make yourself aware of the fact that this helps with your insecurities, because your insecurities will align you to all types of situations with your connection that you won't like. Your fears and insecurities and your doubts will align you to the very thing that you don't want, which is why you need to make this list of things that you know to be true. They need to be positive things, and tell yourself those every day. Because with this new moon promise, what I'm getting is that what it is that you are seeking is seeking you also. And so you tell yourself that this person, they love me. They want to be with me as much as I want to be with them. It's already done. And then be in a place of faith that all will, trust and have faith that all will work out for the best. And with this, give each other some space at the moment. It is all right to take a couple days, you know, to yourself just to process your emotions. Sometimes you need that space to process emotions, and you can't do that with somebody else around, and vice versa. If somebody pulls, you know, this person that you're involved with, if they pull away from you, don't take it personally. Sometimes people need space. And be all right with giving space. Not everybody's all right with being with giving space. I was talking to someone the other day, and he was telling me about this guy that he knows that has this crazy baby mama who he cannot even look in the direction of another female, and she is busting out his windshield and cutting all of his tires, and he's not allowed to talk to anybody, and she's always tearing up his shit. And I'm like, what the hell kind of relationship is that? You know, and I've kind of gotten off subject a little bit, but okay, let's say, for example, the person that you're with is doing those things. Okay, by you tearing up your shit and terrorizing this person, and making them so fearful that they feel like they can't leave you because you're so fucking crazy? You really think that's the answer? And that was just so insane to me. And that had to be the lowest vibrational relationship I've ever heard of in my life. And then I turned around and talked to somebody else who was talking about another situation someone was in like that. And I thought, what in the hell? And it's ludicrous. It's crazy. And, and I had made a post on Facebook. I had said, if you want ownership papers to someone, or if you want ownership papers or a title, or certificate of ownership, go buy yourself a car or a new washer and dryer set. Don't get into a relationship like that. That's crazy. Wow. And understand, I'm a Scorpio, and we tend to be jealous, so I'm thinking, yeah, those are probably Scorpios. Because we're very, very jealous. But, when you look at the extent to which those stories I told, the jealousy that comes up and a rage, that's crazy. That's a Lifetime movie waiting to happen. So nurturance, what I'm getting with this is whatever you focus your energy on grows. So let's say, for example, you get a bad story in your head that your partner is doing this, that, or whatever else. And you just focus on it. And you know what? You believe that shit wholeheartedly. Like, that is the truth. That is what's happening. Guess what? You just align to it. But even then, don't kick yourself. Because I know when I align to shitty timelines, I'm like, oh my God, I can't believe I did this again. And you know what my spiritual guidance has been? It's all right. Because evidently this is something you needed to be shown. You needed to clear this fear. It wouldn't be showing up over and over again if you didn't need to face it. And so now you've faced it. You're going to stop focusing on that. You're going to tell yourself some different stories. And you know what? We got a fresh new start, a fresh new timeline. Let's try again. Let's bring in something higher vibrational this time, because I've cleared those fears. And I'm going to focus my intention and my energy on a higher vibrational timeline, because I am going to focus on the new stories I'm telling myself, and I know them to be true. Justice. This is balancing. And so for a while, and I know I'm really doing this right now too, because I'm trying to ground all these spiritual downloads and stuff that I get and all this information. You have to apply it. Otherwise, it's just, it's theory, but not practice. So you have to apply these spiritual principles to your life. And that is grounding. I don't know how many times I hear people on this journey. God, I cannot even post something on social media about I'm exhausted, or I feel woozy, or I feel really dehydrated and tired today without like 10 people commenting, it's the energies, it's this retrograde, or this new moon, or it's this or that. Ground yourself. Okay, first of all, do you know what that means to ground yourself? Because you don't want to just ground any energy. Okay, if you are in a real fear-based energy and you are aligning to all kinds of bullshit, do you want to ground that energy? No, you want that energy to move and flow. So once you've cleared it, you're on this new higher vibrational timeline, you're creating something new, and you're learning new spiritual principles. Apply them. The application of spiritual principles into your physical life, that is how you ground the energy into the physical world. Confusion. I can see where I know I get very confused. And you know what causes me the confusion the most are my damn emotions. I'll just be going along. I'll be like, oh man, I feel so good right now. I have so much clarity. I'm applying these spiritual principles into my physical world. The theory is good. I'm practicing it. And then bam, I have an emotional trigger. And it's something, and it's almost always an illusion. And the reason why I say that it is an illusion is because it's all about your perception and your view. How many times do you see something and you jump to conclusions? And really, you can go back and look at it again and be like, you know what? I can see how that could have been something else. That could have been something else that I considered good and not bad. That's the reason why I said do not judge things as good or bad, because when you judge things as good or bad, then that is the way that you take it and you align to it. Instead of looking at it being like, you know what, it just is what it is. And you know what, I'm not going to let this bother me. This cannot knock me off my square anymore. Lady Goddess, Feminine. I don't know how many ladies I have watching this video. I have a feeling that I have more ladies than I have men. But with this feminine energy, I'm going to tell you what. Lately, I have been feeling this so strongly. I tend to be more in my masculine energy in that I don't do well with the emotions. Feelings really freak me out. I'm one of these go-getters. I'm a real entrepreneur, hustler. I would much rather get out here and hustle my ass off to get some money up than to take money from a man. But lately I've been feeling very strongly like I have been falling back more into my feminine energy. I've been learning how to work my feminine magic. I have been weaving all kinds of feminine spells around men. Men have been falling at my feet. I kid you not. It's the craziest damn thing. I mean, it's just insane. I have been a magnet for men lately, and I've been like, well, all I want to do is just sit in my house and make YouTube videos. Very antisocial right now. I cannot deal with real social interactions. I'm just too introverted. I'm sorry. And my noisy neighbors just got home. I apologize if you hear all kinds of noise over there. I believe that this has to do with falling back into that feminine energy. And everyone has both. Everyone has masculine and feminine. So if you're a man watching this, this could mean getting more in touch with your feelings. And, there's no other way but through them. I know I've tried to resist them. I've tried to get around them. You have to feel that shit. Sometimes you have to feel the pain. But like I had said in a video last week, we are divine beings here having human experiences because as divine beings, we wanted to know what it felt like to be human. And so what does it feel like to be human? Sometimes we get our heart broken. We get hurt. But we came to experience that and learn that. So it's perfect. Crow Woman, Sacred Law. I go out to the cemeteries all the time. It's like one of my favorite places to go to. And there is nothing in the world like hearing them crows caw out on on the tombstones or in the trees. There's just something so magical about it. It's so magical, and I feel so connected to the spirit world. Crows are very spiritual creatures. I mean, we have the moon here. This is all about connecting to the spirit realm. And how do you do that? You do that by meditating. There are lots of guided meditations here on YouTube. You actually literally can just sit there and just clear your mind. That's what I do now. Like, I literally will sit in my chair and I will connect to my spiritual guidance. And you feel it. Like, it's not your thoughts, because you want to be mind free. But you feel it. And you might even hear messages. And I've been telling people all week in my videos, if you are a heavy caffeine drinker, do back up off the caffeine and drink more herbal teas, because that caffeine will kind of do something to the signal. It will congest the signal. So do take a look at that, because you're going to want to go within and really, oh, they're making all kinds of noise over there. I'm so sorry. You're going to want to meditate. The key to prayer is to forget what I think I need. And so, yes, this prayer definitely goes with the meditation. You know, because prayer and meditation, when you're connecting to your spirit guides and connecting to spirit, that's the same as praying. I mean, you can express your needs. You can work through some things. And when you connect to your own soul, when you go within and you connect to your own soul energy and understand the soul is the essence of who you are, your soul automatically knows what you need and what you want. And you don't have to do anything. You just align to it by your vibration. We have the Oracle card, and once again, there's a lot of earthy cards here. I mean, you know, as far as grounding. Because we have the spirit realm, and then this is all about grounding that theory into practice, putting that theory into practice. And you can get to the point where you can connect to the point where when you meet somebody, your soul automatically recognizes their soul. I know I can immediately pick up on somebody's energy, their intentions. Lately, I can even read their thoughts. It's the craziest thing. And all of that is from meditating, from connecting. Because we're already connected anyway. All souls are connected in this huge patchwork quilt that forms the universe. And so we are all connected. In the way that you can connect to this spiritual guidance, where you too can read energies, read thoughts, or whatever it is that you're trying to do, is through that meditation. Spending more time outdoors, getting out by water, getting out in the forest, in the trees, in the woods. Take a camping trip. Disconnect for a while from your phone. I charge my phone in the other room, because once I go to bed, I don't want my phone anywhere in my room, because I'll be tempted to pick it up, take it off the charger, look at it. This way I sleep better, because I'm not worried about that phone, and sometimes I turn it off at night. So definitely disconnect also. Sorry, my neighbors are very loud. They've been gone all morning and they just got back, and so I apologize. If I would have known they were going to pull up and make all this damn noise over there, I would have waited to make my video. Okay, tighten. I want to say tighten, but it's tighten. Go viral, not bacterial. A flattered client is a repeat client. Your personality can be as colorful as your canvas. So what I'm getting with that go viral, not bacterial, is that is all about your energy and being very careful, like I said, what type of signal you're sending out. Because just like Wi-Fi sends out a signal, cell phones send out a signal, we are energy as well, and we send out a signal. So be very careful and very mindful of what type of signal you're sending out. You know, you might, like, let's say, for example, you're in a romantic relationship and you want this person to call you and message you, but then they don't for a day or two. So now you're mad. So now you're like, you know what? Fuck them. I don't even want to hear from them. And so, you know, you're like really in that energy. That is a signal you're sending out. Now, do you want to hear from them? Yeah, you know you do. So now you're fronting energetically. So you got to get past the point of expecting people to come in and make you happy. Okay, I expect this from this person. And if they do not give me what I'm expecting, then you know what? I'm just not going to love them or care about them. That is not love. Know the difference between what is love and what is placing conditions and expectations and requirements on another person. Because remember, I said you need to be able to give each other space. A flattered client is a repeat client. Your personality can be as colorful as your canvas. So basically what I'm getting with this is, you know, about like the flattery or whatever and your personality. Basically the energy I'm getting from this card is to be yourself. Always speak your truth. You don't have to kiss anybody's ass. I know the more I go along this journey, like the less tact I have. It's really hard. It's really, really hard, especially when I get around other energies and I'm like, I'm not feeling this. That's the reason why I've been home so much by myself. And then I say things because I have no tact. So I'm, you know, trying to learn to bring it down a notch right now. But do definitely speak your truth and don't put other people's feelings ahead of yourself. You know, if you're feeling uncomfortable in a situation, be sure to speak up. You know, if you don't want to do something, say no. And you can do so tactfully. You know, you can be like, look, you know, I've got other things going on. I don't have the energy for it. You know, I don't have the time for that right now. I apologize. Hope it works out for you. You know, that kind of thing. And also the other thing with your personality being colorful is I'm getting for some of you that you really kind of hold back your true personality because you're embarrassed about what people will say or what people will think, or, you know, what if you make a fool out of yourself, or what if people judge you, or, you know, they reject you. You know, it's one thing to put on a front for people and have them reject you and you can tell yourself, oh, they don't really know who I am anyway. It's another thing to be your authentic self and be rejected. Because then you can really take it personally. But the message coming through from Spirit is stop worrying about that, because nobody else's opinion of you matters. Get to the point. True freedom is when you don't worry about what other people think or say or how they feel about you at all. I'm sorry, this video is going to be a little long. All my videos have been real long today. Lots of messages. Mother regeneration. Okay, we have got mother regeneration clarified by rest and rejuvenation. Okay, so do I need to say anything about these cards? It's all right to rest. It's all right to take a nap. It's all right to sleep in. You don't always have to be doing something. And this is where I was saying earlier, if someone asks you to do something, you're tired, let's say, you know, it's Sunday. Today's Sunday. You don't feel like doing anything. You've been working all week. And you're like, you know what? I just want to lay around and chill and watch Netflix. That's it. And someone calls you and like, hey, you know, can you take me to the store? Or can you do this or that? And you're like, oh, God, I really just have mental plans to just stay in the house. So don't be scared to say no to people. And don't be scared to put yourself first. We have mountains. And we have birds. Was I talking about birds a minute ago? I was talking about crows. So I feel like this card goes with this card. Now, birds can be amazing spiritual messengers. I know whenever I see a cardinal outside my window, I know it's my spirit guide, Dr. George. I had asked him one time to show himself to me in physical form, and he's always a bird. Like I said, I was talking about the crows being spiritual messengers, and really feeling connected to spirit when I hear them crows calling out in that cemetery. There's nothing like it. It's almost like church to me. And so do pay attention to the birds. I know there for a while I was seeing 2 doves everywhere. And now I see one. And the reason why I see one now is because I've gone into inner union and I have connected my shadow and my light sides, this perfect yin-yang shape. I'm still working on it, but now I only see one because I don't see separation anymore. So do pay really close attention to the birds. With the mountains, what I'm getting with this is faith. Faith can be strong enough to move mountains. So whatever type of obstacles are in between you right now and what it is that you're trying to manifest, faith can move mountains. And besides, all it takes is faith in that list of things that you know to be true, those stories that you're telling yourself, faith in them and a deep sense of knowing, and guess what? The obstacles move. I know you're wondering how. You know, that's the kind of the energy I've been in lately. Like, how? These obstacles, how in the hell? Do you know how powerful soul energy is? One. Second of all, this is not actually really even happening because we are living in a big simulator. And I was talking about the timelines. So once you remove these fears, because fears are the only thing standing in between you and what you want, guess what? New timeline. You know what? That timeline will be exactly what it is you've been trying to manifest. Because there is no time. There's only energy that we align to. And it happens like that. And it's magical. Dearest you, isn't it amazing how things seem to come around again full circle in ways you could not possibly have planned? You wonder how a dream could die only to be resurrected years later when you're really ready. You thought it was time back then, but your wisdom knows better than your small self, whose desires are unmet. Now here you are with a new opportunity to do things from a different, more mature perspective. We want you to trust that in this new opportunity for rebirth, you will be called in two directions, and the one that is unfamiliar will be the right one. In the unknown spaces, the uncharted places, and infinite potential, we are waiting to guide you into your fullest life. Big bounty will come if you remain in the present. You have come full circle, and now you can see that everything changes, is made new, and is given new hope. Loving you always. Wow, that was a beautiful oracle message on that postcard. Wow. Man, that was deep as hell. All right, I needed that too, trust me. Well, Scorpio, this is your reading, and if you would like to have a personal reading, they're $30 this week. And you can pay through PayPal or Cash App, and I can do, you know, it's whatever you want. Twin flame, past lives, money, love, you name it. $30. Thank you for watching.